It's a defensive side Yoru on a map that's not commonly played.
Yeah, there could be some drawbacks to it, but Nats doing well to start this out. Picking up the first, but falling after just one. And that's going to leave them in a tough position on Team Liquid, having to pull back, waiting for a long flank coming out of Mystic and potentially Kiko as well. That plant should go down without too much contention, just some pot shots here or there. Yeah, it's more so in the next couple seconds, the decision on where Heretics take it. They've decided to move things in this direction. Trap destroyed. They know there's one player, and they're propped up ready for the fight on the back of the flash. Nicely handled, but Mystic already down, drawn into battle by the players back in main. That's a very clean post plant from Heretics. Now they just got to stop the defuse.
Yeah, that's the thing. From this point onwards, it becomes so difficult for Liquid, needing almost a hero play. The Mosh is going to create an awkward position, but it's not going to be enough. The stack up was on the other side, but it does look like they're playing more for the retake rather than anything else. Although saying that, Kiko's still trying to hold some pretty aggressive positioning, a strong dart to at least help him out, but it's only going to be a trade. I guess they're trying to deny this plant as much as possible, and that's exactly what young people do. He's dropped that spike on the ground. Somebody needs to get on it now, and they're not going to be able to. The timer is gone. Yumpy's won them around on his own.
Unbelievable display from Liquid. Insult to injury with Boo going down. Alongside the ulti taking away a lot of the abilities here. Team Liquid having to do it with just the rifles in hand, and the paranoia perfect with Mini Boo sliding in and securing the site. The plant goes down, and it looks like they'll wait out this KO ultimate. Utility on Team Liquid looking okay for the way through on Mystic and Enzo, but they're going to have to pack one hell of a punch to get this one done with Heretics really hunkered down.
Yeah, it's definitely looking problematic now. Losing a player before you get into the retake's always going to be tough. Again, though, this player in the corner is caught. Flash a little bit delayed, but Yumpy's doing well. He looks like the retake king. The problem is his teammates falling all around him. Benji with a late lurk through the back, and now Mystic. Again, looked solid last week, but winning from here is going to be pretty damn tough. Nobody peeking. Cam even thrown out late into the round just to make sure that he can't be defusing. And in the end, he's just going to try and fade away, but Benji is waiting. Clinical, immediate use. I don't know if that was blind, but Riens has just taken out Nats. That leaves this B-side so open.
Well, he headshot him with the second pull, so nice and easy. Lucky almost. I didn't think it'd hit. The return, not quite so lucky. Nothing found on the side of Team Liquid as Heretics claim a free pick, site control, a plant that's very difficult to deny. When you come in as defenders, defusing that is a death sentence. Well, they're just going to smoke themselves off. Ooh. Look at that, Benji allowing the decoy to go by. Deep flash, that tells you Benji's not here, but Enzo's ready for it anyways. First is found. But here's where we get to see the difficulty that comes along with defusing. Now the spike is out in a bit of a corner that does give a wider angle to work with. Nice thrash through, player in the corner detained, but Riens goes in for three. The defuse is only half, and that's not close enough. The slow push through on mid has caught them off. I didn't think Heretics would be giving up this position so quickly, but of course only one of them has the ability to transition to the B site quite this quickly. Plant comes through. And on the side of Heretics, they want to recover that advantage with Mini Boo's aggression, but he's being caught in a bit of an awkward spot. Those reveals giving them everything, and Kiko now committing to the ult. He's put down the decoy and bought himself the space. His teammates coming in from the off angle and defending this spike now is a tough task for anyone to manage. Boo is the last one standing, looking to avenge his fallen brother, and he'll not even get a shot off.
I'm out of here.
Quick dash in, that was almost a chance. Mystic is down as quick as you like, and you know, it's ambitious. I'll always applaud players taking outside the box a little bit, but well, Mini Boo's not going to be caught off by that. This is a big round to risk those kind of plays in, Tom. Somewhere Team Liquid come in already. Man disadvantage and low HP on Enzo, and Yumpy down, but they had rifles. They had their economy on its last legs, and wow, what a strange way to approach the early round.
They're going to have to try and play from a deficit again, with a lot of their utility already gone. It's only really Enzo that has anything left.
Decent wall bang by Mystic. He had all of that utility used from Heretics to clear this site and confirm that wasn't being spotted from, but spams through the smoke. Ultimately will claim the kills, and the emerging from the cage. They are all caught. Oh, wow. 3 quick kills in the round is sorted just like that. The question is, can Enzo get exits? Because a 1v4 is too much to ask of almost any player. And he won't get the first even, running into Riens. 7 rounds on the board for Team Heretics. Can they deal with Mini Boo this time? Surely they can. There it is! Opening pick for Team Liquid. Hunter's Fury chasing them down, and it's traded out. Flash is good. turned the players' eyes away for a moment, and that is a disaster. Enzo got the one, that player's brought right back up, and the whiff behind leaves them with nothing to fall back on. A devastating display from Team Liquid as Team Heretics.
That was what I wanted to see as well.
Yeah.
Just having the player on short to re-peek afterwards and catch them. I can't. I'll be honest. I can't believe Heretics did it again. Just so you know, I can't believe that they've just gone towards this elbow position. Like, what was it, 4 rounds in a row? They've gone for the same fight. That was the part that failed. They're still going this way.
He's blinded and eventually taken down. Kiko's having a rough day. Let's hope it warms. Well, never mind. He's not going to warm up now. Lying dead and cold on the floor. So is everyone else. Again, they've killed Miniboo, and it's just been overrun. Yumpy's, he's got to get out. Oh, there's a shock dart kill to even up the numbers. It might even be winnable with the shot through the smoke. Woot. Down and out, but no return.
And it's solo. It's the solo play. Nats tries to chase down that kill and instead ends up giving another 1v1. And Benji wins it from a position that they actually managed to turn it to winnable. Now just comes down to a 1v2 for Yumpy. Now, one of the rounds they've won already was based off him forcing Heretics to lose to time. We'll see if he can do anything in this scenario. The problem is, look how passive the remainder are. He's got to try and clear nigh on everything. They're waiting to see if he rotates around the flank because, of course, you're going to play your post plants from this position. Just look to bait out that time, a smoke to even section off an angle, and you can see Yumpy is trying to clear every single angle that is possibly available to him, but at this point, that timer is going to start ticking down. They know it as well as we do that he's going to be towards that spike. Boo almost giving things away, but it doesn't matter. They've got themselves in an afterplan, a position that's definitely winnable, and they need this pistol.
That they absolutely do. The aggression hasn't worked out with Kiko falling as well. Down goes Nats, and like dominoes, these players one by one. Starts with the first, and now we're left with the last. Just Mystic, 1 versus 3, spamming through his smoke, but those bullets come right back at him, and the defuse is in. They were thinking about re-aggressing. They've decided not to. And they'll just keep, oh no, now the re-aggression is coming in off the paranoia. They see nothing. This could be where the trap is finally sprung with much patience, but not much reward. Okay, Nats gets 2, but look how low those players are that remain. And at 11-2, we're not talking about damage. You gotta win the round. You have to pull this back from this position, and okay, Enzo does well to drop Rienz, but still 2 more to go. Still the spike to be planted.
But these two as well are the safe pair of hands, aren't they? It's Boo and Benji. You can't see them making mistakes. I don't think he has anywhere near enough time to run to the B side. He's just trying to clear some of these positions, but in the meantime, they're aggressing. It's a little bit disjointed, but it doesn't even matter.
Thinking about sending it. In fact, as the smoke fades, that's Nats going forward and right into the waiting arms of Miniboo. No chance to recover that weapon without a lot of risks being taken. And while this is a death sentence.
Mystic was set up to throw out a paranoia, but it never got thrown. So then he ends up getting caught by the dart because he's set up a paranoia. This seems so messy at the moment from Liquid. And we're just fighting one by one. The trades have not gone too badly. They've done a lot of damage, but even still, they've taken so much in return. A 3v4. I don't know. I think we just go on to the next one.
You have to. Yeah, mentally, that's where we're at. Let's see if Liquid can pull us back in. 10 rounds in a row, 4v3, low HP on 2 players, not even rifles to play with, just the one. Big play needed by Enzo. Big mistake needed by Team Heretics, and it's not going to happen. The first is found. Elbow spotted, taken down. Now 4v1 with 25 HP, and the last shot finally finds its mark. That is a 13-2 start for Heretics in this series, and a fantastic debut from the young gun of Woot. We've heard a lot of good things about it in scrims and in compositions. This is a tactic they've practiced. Enzo's been isolated with the spike. The rest of the team had teleported, and the man left behind had the most important piece of the puzzle. Now Liquid have to go to the other side of the map, and it's quite a trek. I think Heretics are aware of. They're not silly. Rienz is left behind to watch this, and so a bit of a challenge for him. Already, though, they've caught the player up in the air. Looks like Kiko will hold on to life, but the rest of Team Liquid are the ones that are falling before Kiko gets isolated. And sure, they've got the spike back, and they can run it over to A. But look, Tom, with 4 players alive, they've already got someone waiting. Benji just around the corner with 14 seconds left. That should be the round cemented. In fact, if Mystic won this one, we would have to take him off the stage.
Yeah, he would need some pretty impressive mechanics / gaming chair to be able to pull that one off. But no, it's going to be another 3K for Woot and a pistol, and on the other side, that could cause them problems. And they've already managed to deny that plant. It's going to have to be a fight back in, and Minibu actually still got one there.
I don't know how, coming out of his ult that quickly. They know there's 2 players towards mid. They're not sure about Bat, though. That could be the element of surprise for Nats, as he's already dropped Benji Fishy, and that space to plant the spike finally achieved. That wave wall disappearing, and now the Reckoning comes into play. It's barely even needed, though. Woot's pulsing body is all that it gives away, as he'd already been dropped. 3 players around that spot. Contemplating the TP crunch that's now come through. Kiko down and out, and the immediate gate crash means that Minibu's ready to fight on A, so they kind of quicken the pace to take advantage of those teleported players and even dropping Benji. Now they might think the site is clear, or at least much lighter in defense. Minibu's opportunity to strike once that wave wall goes down again.
Spike planted.
But there's a few seconds left on it, and he's just tucking away, keeping the space.
I think with an advantage already held, didn't really need to aggress, but he has gone down. Levels things for Liquid. Looking like another scenario where Heretics could just work off their advantages, but that fight has given things back into a winnable occasion. And very passive holds as well. It does make it a little bit easier, though, for them to isolate one of these fights. The spam isn't really going to be the bigger problem for Heretics here. It's mainly those afterplants in terms of utility, and there's still snake bites to go. Nats, though, is left all on his lonesome, and he's just sticking that defuse all the way. He's managed to just get it while he was going on.
As we can see, is on its way. The Mosh on site will force them into some awkward positions. Woot has to swing wide, but still free from this position, single-handedly stopping the push of Liquid. And with 30 health left on Mystic, I don't think he's going for this one.
It's the Turkish aim. He is the truth. He is the promised, like, the one this man is able to do. We just said it at the beginning of the game, like, in terms of raw ability, he's the player from the tier 2 that everyone wanted.
Thrash, Showstopper online. That's a lot to work with on the attack, and somehow Minibu picks up the opening again. In comes the Showstopper. Will it find value to 1 blast pack left? There's a player in its sights, and Boo goes down.
Yeah, again, leveling things up. Ultimates are in a pretty decent spot for Liquid here. Could use that Viper's Pit, then get into the post bar. Instead, though, Nat's actually the furthest back. So it doesn't look like that ult's going to come into play. He's going to be able to avoid this drone, though. Rians goes down. A huge pick that makes this much more awkward. It seems like they're also waiting for the secondary flank timing, though. It's going to be everything. If Mystic turns around, he's got a huge opportunity here. So many players just waiting. He's immediately going to take one down, but they're there to trade. Unfortunately, goes for the high HP player. Wanted to get rid of that Thrash. Even still, though, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all.
You even have Kiko going back to spot it and kill Minibu when he attempts it. It was a ballsy play, but one that hasn't paid off. They've got 1 less player on the site, and Rienz is 1 HP. He is decayed down and taken easily. Oh, that's an awkward spray, and Benji, he's a genius.
For one.
He almost got more. I mean, he heard the second player. I don't know how he suspected it, but then he turns and gets shot in the face. It's, you know, it is what it is.
Well, it looks like this one's going a little bit better for Liquid, being able to isolate some of these players. Woot is feeling confident enough to put the Seekers in. He's going to take down Mystic. This should be an impossible round, and thankfully Nats is going to make sure of it. Doesn't allow anything more. You can see how confident this guy is at the moment, and the Odin spraying through is going to put Liquid with a second round on the board. And the late lurk of Nats, it could be problematic. No, he's going to win that fight. Maybe Minibu facing back. That will be 1, and this time now they're starting to shut down these individual plays. Woot tries to make a play through the smoke on his own, and because of that, this round is already over.
Yeah, Heretics have made the call. Team Liquid won't be walking into that setup, though. They've gone towards the A site. Maybe we'll see that in one of the future rounds on Hookah. For now, it's a straight spam through the smoke, taking down Enzo, and leaving them without that Gecko utility for later on. As well as that, the spike will not be planted. The denial coming through as the little guy is now out of the round.
Yeah, the problem is as well, Benji has managed to reclaim Shower's control. So that's something that's going to be fought for. It's whether or not Nats actually predicts him, and that late round could be denied completely. Obviously, you want to have any utility available, although Nats doesn't have much to play with. Benji's position is perfect, and now giving them a further advantage. The aggression, he's completely blind! Just pre-fired while sprinting forward. Eventually traded out, but now it's left all on to Mystic. Needs to go huge, and again, for some of the same pre-fires into the site, the utility to try and clear the backline. Same result, same guy. It's going to cause them problems of getting into the afterplant. That removes the easier options utility be sending through. This time they're going to isolate Benji, though. A good adaptation from the side of Liquid to pick that man off, and Kiko starting to come alive a little bit in this round, but it could very easily fall apart. Even still, though, Boo on the other side, a 1v2, he was waiting in case they TP'd. Now he has a long road back into the round.
Yeah, it's going to be quite the rotation. What a play it would have been if they just repositioned, and many teams would. But now Team Liquid hunker down. 2 rounds left to play for, and this one could be so valuable for them.
Yeah.
At least put another on the board. Boo not looking to save this weapon. He wants to get in, get involved, but he's conscious. These players could be absolutely anywhere, and the time is ticking away. Bit by bit, slowly running down. He hopes he can catch them off guard, but as we can see, they're in good position, staring straight at him. But he's not going to use them. They've heard the players coming. Oh, the knife. It's delaying some of the utility, leaving them in the open, and Kiko's easily able to punish. Spike plant could be undeniable this time, but I see Woot running around on this side angle. I'm getting worried. He has the info to play with. The wall will keep him locked out for just a moment longer, and the Tiger gives away his position. But they've all ran back. The post plant set up in full effect. The Thrash coming through, and that's actually going to delay them a little bit, cause some problems, or pull them into Woot, giving a chance for another kill. Team Heretics, though, in a 2 versus 4, both players in known positions. And Liquid shouldn't be giving this one away. That time already ticking quite quickly. Miniboo, the last man standing, won't have a chance, and this one will be a 7-5 half, short of a miracle.
Yeah, no, there's absolutely no time for them to play with. It will be 7-5. Good resurgence in the end from Liquid.
On B to get you back in on the retake, but the fight has come in. A site, Miniboo on his way through with the flash, and it's going to be Woot, the first to fall. He is finally dropped in a pistol. The return swings towards Liquid by a narrow margin. The low ammo catches Nats off guard. Boo, Rienz, and Benji Fishy full control over the site, and they're tucked in to play this one together.
And Mystic's going to try to isolate some of the angles. Still got Shock Dart available for Rienz. A perfect flash from Yumpy, but the trade is immediate. However, Enzo's there.
Yeah, you don't have that in this composition. In fact, you don't have that on the server right now. Miniboo's got a lot of space. Finishing out here, he spotted Nats. Nice easy kill, and a huge amount of control on the back of that ultimate. Team Liquid are locked out with Heaven control, and a super late flank coming through from Mystic. The man advantage might be even, but the weaponry definitely sits with the attackers for now, and tag onto Enzo. Drop down that little bit lower, easy to finish off. There's some damage done in return. We haven't seen the kills come through, and the wall bang is so good. 26 HP left on Miniboo, and tag onto Boo as well. It's manageable. It's winnable on some level, but with Kiko going down, the odds definitely not in favor of Team Liquid. Mystic, the last man standing, and they'll find one, but the ammo is running dry. Lurking up through Bath earlier. Here's his reward, finally found, and found indeed.
I'm getting a little bit nervous, getting some flashbacks to the last map. Even still, though, evening things up. Now, they've got really good positions. It just depends if they sort of walk around expecting this to be an A hit, but now with the utility going down, Liquid are actually in a very good spot. A wraparound already coming through from Enzo. They have to run through the snakebite. Miniboo is going to be up for that first fight. He knows that one of them is, and actually Mystic goes down. Nats now under pressure. He's managed to find one, but it all comes down to this late lurk, this late rotation coming in from Enzo. The first is free. They know exactly where he is, but he also knows the same. Showstopper should be able to make things truly problematic for them getting a plant, but the fact is, look at where Boo is. He's gone.
But something that they have to be worried about, and the time doesn't let them clear everything. There's the info. The first player dropped, and that could turn the tides in their favor. Enzo defusing halfway already. Is he ready for the Heaven Peak? In fact, he looked like he was going to stick it. He comes off for the fight. That Boo happily obliges. And now Heretics look to do some of the same. One player spotted up top, revealed, at least by the information, by the comms, by the pings, and now Mini Boo completing the teleport on the back of the flash. Yumpy was ready, but just not quick enough. And that's the story up against a player like Mini Boo, hitting shot after shot. In comes the decoy, it's caught one, and then the peak. I thought it was about to come through. Mini Boo's being very patient in this corner, had to give away his spot eventually, and he will go down for it. But it's still a 3v4. It's still a tough position for Liquid. They need a pick here and now, and there's setups on setups from Team Heretics. Actually, they've caught both on the way through. Boo now has to have a big play from up top. The spray from Woot is good, and he'll get more. Of course he will. Should have seen that one coming. Yeah, we saw it with the shoe on the other foot. Team Liquid are familiar with this setup already, picking up Brienne's, but now they have to turn and face this pit. The flash is perfect. Yumpy couldn't see a thing. Kiko trying to thread the needle through, and he'll do well for one, but no chance of winning that fight up against Benji. Nats emerging from his pit at just the wrong time. From what we can see, Woot is on his way around. He won't spot him. The pit's concealed Nats for a moment, but up top is Mini Boo, cleanly closing that out, and Woot finally gets his chance to strike. Heretics as well, you know, this win would represent them getting to the league minimum playoffs possible, and playing like this, I'd say goddamn likely. Tiger goes through. Won't find too much. Hunter's Fury tagging Yumpy down to 2 with the spams as well. Barely holding on to life while the rest of his team falls. Mystic still has some life left in him though. Some HP to play with, but the players are on the way to the other side of the map. And this time, it's not stacked up by the defenders. They weren't ready for this. And even this late lurk out of Benji, it's barely a lurk. He's in his own spawn, but he knows there's a player around here. And he's ready to catch them on the rotate. Mystic goes back, the spike is
spamming the 2 HP!
Miles away, Yumpy's down, and they're separated, they're fragmented, and they'll fall alone. Together they might stand. They were not united in this round. It's only Mystic 1 versus 4.
Mystic doesn't really stand a chance. Yeah, I don't even know if he'll check this, it won't matter. Heretics, they have made it with their new player. Finally, they've got themselves their full roster.